everyone. We're about to start. Sweet, sweet. So, the things are interesting. Like people say, you got to be careful what you wish for. The subject today, you see it loud and clear. Is the UFC and MMA the house of steroid anabolics and all these PEDs? The reason why I'm asking the question is that according to FERAZ ZAHIBI, a renowned coach of MMA, and you has a lot of, he used to have fighters in the UFC. I'm not sure which fighters now is backing up in the UFC. According to him, right, 60% of the current UFC rosters is under PEDs and is taking anabolics or steroids or stuff like that, some kinds of performance enhancing drugs, right? I knew that some of them were taking drugs, right, and PEDs, but I didn't know that it was 60%, which to me means that almost the entire roster of the UFC are athletes that are taking PEDs, which is, in my opinion, totally crazy. Well, this news basically, I'm not asking you to believe me at face value, right? Even if you right now you don't really see my face on this podcast, but really this came to light in an interview that FERAZ ZAHIBI gave to the channel More Plates, More Dates, right? In relation to the fight, the upcoming fight between Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley. So listen, I'm not asking you to believe me at face value. So I'm going to make you listen to his comment about the 60% of USC faster when he was asked a question by the interviewer of the channel. Sorry, I don't know the name, but let's go. Let's try to let me put you at the right position here, and I'm going to make you listen to his comment.
So a lot of people are going to want me to ask this is what percentage of UFC fighters do you think are on PEDs now post USADA versus pre USADA, if you had to speculate?
I mean, the question now is very clear. We can, it's very clear. I'm not putting words in anybody's mouth, and let's listen to the answer.
You know what? I asked that same question to Vada once upon a time, and they told me 70% of the roster. This is before USADA. They said like 70% of the roster we estimated on gear. Mm-hmm. I would say it's probably 60% now.
Can you believe this? So 70% post pre-USADA and 60% post USADA. So we're going to listen to it another time just for the sake of it and to ensure that you see that I'm not like we say making up things, right?
So a lot of people are going to want me to ask this is what percentage of UFC fighters do you think are on PEDs now post USADA versus pre-USADA, if you had to speculate?
You know what? I asked that same question to Vada once upon a time, and they told me 70% of the roster. This is before USADA. They said like 70% of the roster we estimated on gear. Mm-hmm. I would say it's probably 60% now.
So here you have it, by the horse's mouth, and I didn't know that. All that I knew is that there was a lot of UFC fighters that were on gear, or like Chael Sonnen saying it himself on the hoopies, right, when he was talking about J Paul as well, and claiming that J Paul was on the PEDs. And by the way, when we're talking about Chael Sonnen, what's peculiar about it is basically that we can find Mr. Chael Sonnen himself. Here he is, superstar, being cut for PEDs as well. So definitely being part of the 70 and 60% as well. We have a lot of others, other superstars like John Jones, right, that we have here that has been testing positive as well. We have Donald Cerrone. Donald Cerrone for those who are the most notorious, well known. Here he is. We got Paulo Costa. We have Chad Mendes. We have Curtis Blades. We have who again? We have TJ Dillashaw, Nick Diaz. We have here, and so on and so forth. I mean, I'm not going to go Yoel Romero. I'm not going to name all of them. We have 132 here that are listed, right? After a little Google search here, 132 of them that are listed. So it seems like, from what I understand, almost like more than the majority, than half of the UFC fighters that we have here, basically, from what I understand, are not clean. And this is coming from the horse's mouth, a very renowned, I guess, UFC trainer who knows what he's talking about, I believe. And I'm pretty sure. And in any case, especially for the 70%, these are stats. So these are facts. So here you have it. When we're talking about PEDs, don't get fooled, right? Don't get fooled. Do your research, and from the research that I did, and from the interview that I heard, it looks like the UFC and the MMA seems to be the house of performance enhancing drugs, PEDs, anabolic steroids. And guys, don't hesitate. Like it or not, thumbs up, thumbs down, it doesn't matter. You have the right to your opinion, as long as it's in all due respect. We're good. Please, I can't wait to hear your comment and to see and to hear your opinion on this issue of PEDs in the UFC and MMA sport realms. Okay, all right.